This week on Expressions, jam with us at the Cyber Cafe West in Binghamton as Chris Merkley and Brittany Garrison perform on location at the Songwriter Showcase.
Scrape. I'll call back. How have you been?
If I hop that train to nowhere, I'm sure I'm on my way. Find every single town there is in this great USA.
I set my course and then I sail away, and I have found love again. Up, down, running round and around, take a long vacation on the shooting star. Support live local music. Thank you very much.
Thanks again. Thanks to John Kanazowicz for having me come out tonight.
Everything I say, you can't understand. So don't tell me you've heard it all before, you can't sell me.
I think it's good for the audience to be exposed to different styles and maybe open up their ears to things they might not have otherwise sought out on their own. So it's good to just bring that to them and expose them to a variety of many different styles all in one night.
A lot of really talented artists, and that's awesome. You don't see local artists get that attention very much, and that's what's important. Like, people don't realize enough that big bands have to start somewhere, big artists have to start somewhere. They were all local artists. You know, everyone's played in a bar band.
Let's go catch that train.
My name's Chris Merkley. I've always tried to describe it as heavily influenced in the blues. I like to think that it's a mix of American roots music based on what I listened to growing up in as far as 60s and 70s folk and rock music.
Will I hear my train a-coming day around that bend? Gotta leave this town, but I'll be back again. You know I hear my train coming round that bend. Well, I need to leave this town, but I'll be back again.
Originally, when I first started playing, really getting into listening to a lot of the more older Delta blues artists from the 20s and 30s. But it has seemed to stuck around just as kind of a foundation for where I start from, and I certainly try to expand on it and make it my own.
Calling me back home. I need to leave this town. I've got to come and go.
Maybe around the age of 12 or 13 when I started actually seriously getting into guitar and playing more. I found that the blues was a great inroad to that, just being able to pick up and play with people in any situation. So it lent itself to going to open jams and open mics. We started to play out around the area in Cortland, where I grew up, and kept things together. I went away to college in Ithaca, and while I was there, I kept things going with the lead vocalist from that group. And at the time, he was actually working as a musician and going to school. And so we did a lot of things as an acoustic duo, my friend Steve Morgan. And kept it together through the years from that. I played with a lot of groups in college.
Well, everywhere I go, I'm still where I am, on the chair that I sit down in Binghamton. Everywhere I go, I'm still where I am.
Basically, right out of college, I started working as a musician, playing acoustic duos with my friend Steve from high school, as well as other bands. And that was the time I met my friends that formed the group The Crooners. And the Crooners really changed a lot of things, and that was where the vagabond lifestyle kind of came into play, where we basically formed the group to go play in the streets of Europe.
Don't know what I know, but I know what I don't.
The Crooner is not just a musical experience, but the Crooners opened me up to life experiences that I don't think it would have come across as early as I did it had it not been for the motivation of friends and the combined effort of people wanting to do things bigger, but needing each other, I guess, as support to accomplish those things. So it all worked out, I think, in the end. It'd be nice if I just sang or just played guitar or just played harmonica. I can focus all those efforts into that one voice. But to provide the sound for everything as a solo musician, I think you have to adjust a certain amount just to fill out rhythm and melody and try and make it all work together. But when I can, I play with bands as often as possible.
My name is Brittany Garrison, and my sound is kind of, it's hard to explain, really, because it's been through so many different changes.
This is the first time I've ever played guitar in public, so I'm really nervous. But I hope you like it. I really hope you do. All right, let's get this going. You're all of me, and I'm here to stay. From start to end, you became my friend.
I started playing guitar, and I've been doing it live. It's more acoustic, really, really haunted lullaby-ish, I guess.
That gorgeous smile, your perfect ways, I would give all that's mine, I would give it all for you.
I'm from Bolivar, New York. It's about 2 hours south of Buffalo.
I would kill the sky and steal all her stars for you.
I started taking classical voice lessons when I was in 4th grade and took them all throughout high school. But it started way before that.
You're a dream come true, so in love with you.
I've always loved to sing. My dad was a musician his whole life, and he kind of found his passion again when I decided I liked to sing, and he started to build a studio. I'd find ways to sneak into the studio and get him to hear me sing, and he's like, you're actually not that bad. Let's start writing some songs. So I started writing songs really early, and I released my first album, Cloud 9, when I was 15 years old, and I've been doing it ever since.
And now my strong regret fills memories, resentment, rage, and hatred rising.
it's what I love to do. I consider it a hobby. I never really looked at it as a job, but I am a professional singer, and I do get hired to play big events, and I've been a media spokesperson before for different events. I go to college for journalism.
Behind those eyes.
If I could live off music for the rest of my life, definitely. I'd do it in a heartbeat. But as far as like cutting throats and stabbing backs to become a professional singer, I don't think so. I don't see myself doing that. I just sing and let things happen, basically.
Give it away.
I'd like to do something positive with it. And I think I have, you know, so far. I've had the opportunity to do a lot of really cool things. I always do this show every year called the Suicide Show. It's for suicide prevention in Potter County, Pennsylvania. To be a part of something like that, and that's just one example, like it's such a cool feeling. Like to know that you're actually wanted there, people actually came to see you, and you're making their day just by showing up and singing to them. That's such a cool feeling, and that's what I want to accomplish.
We need to change starting today. Hide it away, you hide it away. Throw it away, you throw it away. Thank you so much. Thanks Cyber Cafe West for having me back. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the night.